Hi, welcome back to the channel. This week we're going to create a sound that is heard in almost every single forest track ever made. And that is the one that goes wee. I'm sure you know exactly which one I'm referring to based on that flawless rendition. So without further ado, let's get started. It'll be a very short tutorial this week, just based on the fact that this sound is very simple. So the first thing to do is add a instance of our trusty Vital. Any synth will do, but as you might have noticed, I have been doing quite a lot of Vital tutes lately. So let's add that. Let's call it Spooky. The track is in D sharp, so let's put in a D, although you'll find out that that really doesn't matter. Let's just do something short. Let's start with a quarter note. Now on Vital, the sound is essentially a self-resonant filter. And there's a bit of a trick here with Vital in that if we turn off the oscillator and then we turn on the filter, put the resonance all the way up, let's say turn it into a bandpass, and then play that back, we don't hear a sound. And then the same is true if we turn oscillator 1 on, but then turn the volume all the way down. There is no sound. So what the trick is, just turn oscillator 1 just a smidge up, just a tiny bit up. There we go. So it's still on 0, but just a tiny smidge up, that you can actually hear the self-resonant filter now. The next thing we need to do, and I alluded to this at the start, is by saying, when I said that the pitch of the note or the key of the note doesn't matter, and that's because we're deciding that here in the filter. So I said it's in D, so let's go to D, let's go D sharp 6. So we can see that the frequency there is 1244.5. There are other ways to do that obviously, but I find this is just the quickest. And we go enter value 1244.5. And now while we have this up, Pro Q, you should see a sine wave exactly at that frequency. There we go, perfect. Let's just change this to a 24 dB while we're there. And then on random 1, let's put this on the cutoff. Obviously that's way too high, we just want just a touch, just a smidge of modulation. Next we'll go to the effects and we will turn off the lows. There's not really any there, but I think it's just good practice, just in case. So let's have a look at that now. Now you can see that the pitch is wandering from our selected frequency. And the reason for that is because we've not selected bipolar. So now you can see that it starts on the pitch and then wanders after that, which is exactly what we want. Then let's go and add reverb, and this is where the sound really starts to shine. The low is all the way down for a start, and then the mix needs to go all the way up. Basically that's the second component of the sound. It's the self-resonant filter and the reverb. Those two components are the main drivers. Turn the chorus and the chorus amount down. Up to taste, obviously. I don't like them for this sound. Bit more modulation. Let's change this one to sine interpolate, a bit faster. We can add some delay now. Let's go ping pong. 1/4 dotted. Maybe take some of the highs out of the reverb. We can now add a bit of attack to that. And then also quite a bit of release. Now let's see how it sounds in context. Let's start, maybe say 1 bar back. And then we have quite a long reverb and delay tail, so let's do a further 4 bars after the sound. And in context with the kick and bass, let's add them. We can also add a second random. We'll put that on the feedback level, so that changes every time a note is played. Let's do sample and hold, pull it all the way down to freeze. It's the same as random, essentially. It's a note on random. So there we go. Now it's just a case of I would record a whole string of those and then just isolate the particular ones that I like. By its very nature, by the fact that it's random, each one of those will sound different. Some of them, as you can hear, are working better than others. So as I said, just record the ones that you like and then place them throughout the track. You could obviously automate some of those as well, just to make sure that they're exactly the same rather than using a random LFO. But the amount of time that would take, I think, is not worth it, given you can just record and lock them in audio. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.